Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Canto 2, Chapter 1, verses 20 to 39. Rajastamobhyam akshiptam vimudhamana atmana yachedharana yadhiro ghanti yattat kritam malam.
Hare Krishna. One's mind is always agitated by the passionate mode of material nature and bewildered by the ignorant mode of nature. But one can rectify such a conception by the relations of Vishnu and thus become pacified by cleansing the dirty things created by them.
Yasyam sadharyamanayam yogino bhakti lakshana ashu sampadhyate yoga ashayam bhadram ikshata.
O King, by this system of remembrance and by being fixed in the habit of seeing the all good personal conceptions of the Lord, one can very soon attain devotional service to the Lord under his direct shelter.
Rajovacha yadhasanharyate brahman dharana yatra samata yadrishyava haret ashu purushasya manomalam.
The fortunate King Parikshit, inquiring further, said, O Brahmana, please describe in full detail how and where the mind has to be applied and how the conception can be fixed so that the dirty things in a person's mind can be removed.
Shri Shukavacha Jitasano Jitashvaso Jitasango Jitendriya Sthule Bhagavato Rupe Manasandhara Yedhiya.
Sukadeva Goswami answered, one should control the sitting posture, regulate the breathing process by the yogic pranayam, and thus control the mind and the senses, and with intelligence apply the mind to the gross potencies of the Lord called the Virat Rupa.
Visheshastasya Dehoyam Sthalishthashasthaviyasam Yatredam Yajyate Vishvam Bhutam Bhavayam Bhavachasat.
This gigantic manifestation of the phenomenal material world as a whole is the personal body of the Absolute Truth, wherein the universal resultant, past, present, and future of material time is experienced.
Andakoshe Shariresmin Saptavarana Samyute Vairaja Purusho Yoso Bhagavan Dharanashayaha.
The gigantic universal form of the personality of Godhead within the body of the universal self, which is covered by sevenfold material elements, is the subject for the Virat conception.
Patalam Hipadamulam Pathanti Parishni Prapadera Satalam Mahatalam Vishvasrishodhagulpo Tatatalam Vaipurushasya Shankhe.
A person who have realized it has studied that the planets known as Patala constitute the bottom of the feet of the universal Lord, and the hills and the toes are the Rasatala planets. The anklets are the Mahatala planets, and his sanks constitute the Talatala planets.
Vijanani Sutalam Vishwamurter Urudvayam Vitalam Chatalam Cha Mahitalam Tajaganam Mahipate Nabhastalam Nabhisaro Grinante.
The knees of the universal form are the planetary system of the name Sutala, and the two thighs are the Vitala and Atala planetary systems. The hips are Mahitala, and outer space is the depressor of his navel.
Urasthalam Jyotir Anekamasya Grivama Haravadanam Vajanosya Tapovaratim vidur adipumsa, satyam turshirshani sahasrashirshna.
The chest of the original personality of the gigantic form is the luminary planetary system. His neck is the Maha planets. His mouth is in the Jnanas planets, and his forehead is the Tapas planetary system. The topmost planetary system, known as Satyaloka, is the head of he who has 1,000 heads.
Indradayo Bhagava Ahur Usra, Karnaud Shashot Mamusha Shabda, Nasatya Dasro Paramasya Nase, Granosya Ganhomukham Agniridham.
His arms are the demigods headed by Indra. The 10 directional sides are his ears, and physical sound is his sense of hearing. His nostrils are the two Aswini Kumaras, and material fragrance is his sense of smell. His mouth is the blazing fire.
Your Akshini Shakshur Abhut Patanga, Lakshmani Vishnor Ahani Bhetsha, Tadbhurovich Rimбha Parameshtidishnyam, Aposya Talurasa Eva Chidva.
The sphere of outer space constitutes his eye pits, and the eyeballs is the sun as the power of seeing. His eyelids are both the day and night, and in the movement of his eyebrows, Brahma and similar supreme personalities reside. His, pla- his palace is the director of water. Varuna and the juice or essence of everything is his tongue.
Shandamsya Nantasya Shiro Grinanti, Damshtraya Masneha Kaladvichani, Hasojanon Mada Karichamaya, Duranta Saragoyat Upapanga Moksha.
They say that the Vedic hymns are the cerebral passage of the Lord, and his jaws of teeth are Yama, god of death, who punishes the sinners. The art of affection is his set of teeth, and the most alluring illusory material energy is his smile. This great ocean of material creation is but the casting of his glance over us.
Vridotarauštho Adhara Evalabho, Dharmastano Adharma Pathosya Prishtam, Kastasya Medhram Vrishanaucha Mitro, Kukshi Samudra Girayosti Sangha.
Modesty is the upper portion of his lips. Hankering is his chin. Religion is the breast of the Lord, and irreligion is his back. Brahmaji, who generates all living beings in the material world, is his genitals, and the Mitra Varunas are his two testicles. The ocean is his waist, and the hills and mountains are the stake of his bones.
Nadyoся Nadyodhatanu Ruhani, Mahiroha Vishvata Nripendra, Ananta Virya Shvasita Matarishva, Gatirvayaha Karmaguna Pravaha.
O king, the rivers are the veins of the gigantic body, the trees are the hairs of his body, and the omnipotent air is his breath. The passing ages are his movements, and his activities are the reactions of the three modes of material nature.
Yashasya Keshan Vidur Ambhuvahan, Vasastu Sanhyam Kurovarya Bhumna, Avyakta Mahura Hridaya Manascha, Shasan Chandrama, Sarva Vikara Kosha.
O best amongst the Kurus, the clouds which carry water are the hairs of his head. The terminations of days or night are his rays, and the supreme cause of material creation is his intelligence. His mind is the moon, the reservoir, of all changes.
Vigyana Shakti Mahim Atmanante Sarvatmano Antakaranam Giritram Vashvashvatari Ushtrakajanakane Sarvemriga Pashavashroni Deshe.
The principle of matter Mahatattva is the consciousness of the omnipresent Lord, as asserted by the experts, and Rudradeva is his ego. The horse, mule, camel, and elephant are his nails, and wild animals and all quadrupeds are situated in the belt zone of the Lord.
Vayamsitat Vyakarana Vichitram Manormanisha Manujo Nivasa Ganharva Vidyadhara Charanapsaraha Sarasmritar Asuranika Viryaha.
Variety of birds are indications of his masterful artistic sense. Manu, the father of mankind, is the emblem of his standard intelligence, and humanity is his residence. The celestial species of human beings, like the Gandharvas, Vidyadharas, Charanas, and angels, all represents his musical rhythm, and the demoniac soldiers are representations of his wonderful prowess.
Brahmananam Kshatro Bhujo Mahatma It Oror Angreshita Krishna Varnaha Nabhidhabhijyagana Papano Dravyatmakas Karma Vitana Yoga.
The Virat Purusha's face is the Brahmanas, his arms are the Kshatriyas, his thighs are the Vaishyas, and the Shudras are under the protection of his feet. All the worshipable demigods are also overtaken by him, and it is the duty of everyone to perform sacrifices with feasible goods to appease the Lord.
Yan Asau Ishvara Vigrahasya Yasani Vishakadhito Mayate Sandharyate Asminva Pushistavishte Manasa Budhyana Yato Stikinshit.
I have thus explained to you the gross material secondary conception of the personality of Godhead. One who seriously desires liberation concentrates his mind on this form of the Lord, because there is nothing more than this in the material world.
Sasarvadhivritya Bhuta Sarva Atmayat Hasvapna Janekshiteka Tam Satyam Ananda Nidhim Bhajeta Nayatra Sajetyata Atma Pata.
One should concentrate his mind upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who alone distributes himself in so many manifestations, just as ordinary persons create thousands of manifestations in dreams. One must concentrate the mind of him, the only all blissful absolute truth. Otherwise, one will be misled and will cause his own digression. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for allowing this off, and please forgive for any offenses made. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sorry if I made any mistakes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Jyoti Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Indulekha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, yes.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Please kindly accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for joining today, and thank you to Arjuna Pandava Krishna Prabhu and Usha Mataji for a nice recitation. So today we will be continuing on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 1, and I'll be doing verse 24 and 25. So we'll start with the prayers. I'll start with Mangalacharan. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-Shalakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandyaham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaisnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakam Visamcha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhavaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Sorry. Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatamaham bande Shri Guru Dina Taranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Shunvatam Sakatha Krishna Punyasravana Kirtanaha Hirdayanti Stohya Bhadrani Vidhunoti Suritsatam Nashtapraishwa Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavate Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Slokir Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtike. So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, I would like to get a volunteer to read the translation after I finish reciting these 5 verses from the Srimad Bhagavata Mahima Stotram. Usually, I like to recite these 5 verses because all the verses that we recite, that I have recited before, is just to glorify the person Bhagavata. Like we say Narayanam, we say Shri Saraswati Mata, and we say Krishna also. So here I am going to glorify the book Bhagavata. So that I'm going to recite these 5 verses. Is anyone volunteer to read the translation for me, please?
Yes, Mataji. I can
Thank
do.
you. Thank you, Shivani Mataji. Thank you so much. So Srimad Bhagavata Mahima Stotram from Shri Krishna Leela Stava, text 412 to 416 by Srila Sanatana Goswami. Sarva Sastra Dipiyusha Sarva Vedaika Satphala Sarva Siddhanta Ratnadhya Sarva Lokeka Drikprada Sarva Bhagavata Prana Srimad Bhagavata Prabhu Kali Dvanto Ditya Shri Krishna Parivartate Paramananda Padhaya Prema Varsha Varsi Aksarayate Sarvada Sarvasevyaya Shri Krishna Namastume Madhika Bandhu Matsangin Madguru Mad Mahadana Mad Nistaraka Madbhagya Madananda Namastute Asadu Sadhu Tadayin Atu Nicho Chatakara Hana Muncha Kadachin Mam Premna Hrit Kantayus Puraha. So go ahead, Mataji, please. Thank you.
Srimad Bhagavad Mahima Sutram translation. O nectar from the ocean of all scriptures, singular fruit of all the Vedas, rich mine of the precious gems of all conclusive truth, you are the only giver of sight to all the worlds. O life air of all the Supreme Lord's devotee, O Master, Srimad Bhagavatam, you are the sun risen in the darkness of Kali. You are the exact image of Sri Krishna. I bow down to you, who are supremely blissful to read. Your every syllable pours down a flood of prema. You can always be served by everyone. You are Sri Krishna himself, my only friend, my constant companion, my spiritual master, my great wealth, my savior, my good fortune, my source of ecstasy. I bow down to you, O bestower of saintlessness to the unsaintly, O exalter of the most fallen. Please never leave me. Always appear in my heart and my voice with pure love. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So I'll continue. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Krishnadas Swami Tina Mine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshta Shunyavadi Paschatadi Satarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So thank you again, dear devotees, for joining. And today I'm going to discuss on chapter 2, canto 2, chapter 1, verse 24 and 25. But first I would like to go on the translation of verse 23 so that we can get an idea about what we're going to discuss. The translation goes, Sukadeva Goswami answered, one should control the sitting posture, regulate the breathing process by the yogic pranayama, and thus control the mind and senses, and with intelligence apply the mind to the gross potencies of the Lord called the Virata Rupa. So in Canto 1, we see that the Lord have described his Virata Rupa. And here, Sukadeva Goswami is going to explain about that. What is it? It is only an expansion of the transcendental energy. And so this energy is distributed everywhere. That's what Sukadeva Goswami is going to explain. And also, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada also says that just as the sun is localized as in one place, and it's expanded everywhere. So also, since the rays of the sun being non-different from the sun, it is accepted as expansion of the sun disk. The sun disk is expanding everywhere. So let's talk on this verse now, what it is saying here. So we see the word pranayama. It's a practice to regulate the breathing process. I'm sure many of us know, many of us practice it, like Patanjali Yoga. Many people do that. So prana means life energy, and yama means to control. So here we are talking about the yogi. because the yogi, there are different types of yogis actually to begin with, different types of yogis. So some of the yogis, they want to achieve some mystic powers, and some they want to merge into the Brahman, and some want to explore the higher planetary system. But Srila Prabhupada says the real purpose of yogic regulations is to eradicate the accumulated dirty things in the heart, and like lust, anger, avarice, and all such material contaminations. So if the mystic yogi is diverted by the accompanying facts of mystic control, then his mission is a failure, because the ultimate aim is the God realization. That is what Srila Prabhupada said. So now we know how it is difficult to control the mind and the senses. So an aspiring yogi, he has to make lots of endeavor. He has to, first of all, he has to go into a secluded place. He has to find clean asana, and then that asana should neither be too high nor too low. And also, he has to put a deer skin. First, he has to put some kusagras. Kusagras, the purpose of putting kusagras is to stop pests, the bugs and everything to come near. And then on that, he has to put a deer skin and then a soft cloth on top, a silk soft cloth on top of it. So he has to start doing all this. And then he has to practice a sitting posture. He should sit in a lotus position with his back erect. He should not be like leaning on anything. So, and his eyes should be half closed, and his vision should be on the tip of his nose. So when he fixes his vision on the tip of the nose, then he should regulate his breathing process and control the mind and senses. So since this particular yogi is not a pure devotee of the Lord, so he would have to meditate on the Virata Roop. So why does he have to meditate on the Virata Roop? Why do we have to meditate on the Virata Roop? Is because that is what is explained in the Bhagavatam. Because slowly, that yogi he will start cleaning the materially absorbed senses, the mind, and thus what happens? He will be able to realize the potency of the Lord, because he's meditating on Virata. Virata is really huge, and then he can slowly realize that yes, the Lord is very potent. And when he understands the potencies of the Lord, gradually he becomes a fully realized yogi. But some of such yogis, despite being fully realized, they are still curious to experience life in the higher planetary system, because they want to know what is happening. So funny things happened to myself when I was reading or preparing. I was saying, oh yes, I would be happy to see what is happening in the other planetary system. But then I think to myself, why do I need to do that? So yes, but some yogi, they just want to go to experience life, because as we know, in the high planetary system, life is longer. People have got beautiful bodies. They can sing, they can dance, they can do a lot of things, except for doing devotional service. So then here we see that's how there's so many of them. You know, when Parikshit Maharaj and Bhishma Dev was going to leave their bodies, so many of them came down. So they are still in the material realm. They haven't gone into the spiritual world. They have been only on the higher planetary system, which is all considered as material, because up to Brahmaloka, everybody dies at the end of Brahmadis, or when it is annihilated. But only the Vaikuntha Lokas and the Golok Vrindavan is not affected. So these great yogis, they are not ordinary people. They are not ordinary people. Why? Because we know the Earth planet, there are like seven high planetary systems. See here, there are 7 high planetary systems, and then six, because we count the Earth also. So first is if we start from the bottom, we got the Earth, and then Bhuvarloka, And then we got Swargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tepaloka, Satyaloka, which is, we call it Brahma's Loka as well. So we got all these. So then, so that what happens? So suppose one of the yogi who wants to travel in this planetary system, he has to go to Bhuvarloka first. After he leaves the Earth, after he leaves the Earth planet, the Bhuloka. So he leaves his gross material body in this material world, and then he goes higher. Due to his piety, his pious life, he has, because to be a yogi, they must have some kind of devotion. They must have some kind of penances, tapasya that they do. So then that yogi has already focused his mind and meditated on the Virat Roop. Now he has got some cities as well. So he leaves that body here, and then he got a particular body to travel to the Bhuvarloka. And that, when he enters that planet there, the presiding deity of that loka, he will welcome that yogi, because this yogi is elevated. He will welcome that yogi, and what will do, he will allow that yogi to reside for as long as a yogi wants to stay there. But, and then he will get a very nice reception also there. But this yogi, since he is so, he desires to go higher, what he will do, he will not stay there for long, as long as he has already experienced life there, have seen things that he wanted to see, so he will go higher. So when he has to go higher, now from that particular planet, from the Bhuvarloka, he will leave that body again, he will get another body to go to the Swargaloka. And the presiding deity of Bhuvarloka will accompany him up to the Swargaloka, make sure that he reaches there in that particular body. Because like people say, they can go to the moon, they can go to the sun, but that is not feasible, because we need a specific body. Like, because when later I will tell how many layers are there. Layers of water, of fire, of air, of ether. So whoever going there, they need particular type of body to penetrate in those planetary system. So here we know that this process continues. It continues, and by the time it reaches Satyaloka with different bodies and all, then the yogi, he doesn't have any desires now. No more desires, and also he becomes fearless, because he have already seen whatever he wanted to see. Then he lives in Brahmaloka until Brahma dies. So the whole creation is dissolved then. And then that yogi, he goes to Vaikuntha Loka. So this is a very, very long process. It may take like millions and millions of years, but our bhakti yoga process is superior, because if we are sincere, Lord Shri Krishna, he will send his pure devotees in the form of guru, sadhu, sastra to help us. So also we know from the past time of Amrita Maharaj that Durvasa Muni, he roams around the universe. He went everywhere except for the Vaikuntha Loka. What happens is, no, he didn't even go, he couldn't go to Goloka Vrindavan. So what happens is, because why he couldn't go to Goloka Vrindavan, we see Parikshit Maharaj, when he left his body, he went directly back home, back to Godhead. Parikshit Maharaj, he was a Kshatriya king, but he was a pure devotee. Whereas Durvasa Muni, what did he do to realize that Vishnu is a Supreme Lord? Anybody knows what did Durvasa Muni do? They have to test. They send Bhrigu Muni. Bhrigu Muni has to kick the Lord on the chest. Then they know, yes, that he is the Supreme Lord. So we know what happened. They were like debating who is a Supreme Lord. Is it Shiva? Is it Brahma? Or is it Vishnu? And then they sent Bhrigu Muni, and then Bhrigu Muni, he went and he didn't pay obeisances to Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma got very angry, so he ran from there, saying, no, he cannot be God. And then he went to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva wanted to hug him, And he said, no, you stay in the cemetery, you don't have a bath, and I don't want you. Then Lord Shiva cut his trident off, Lord Shiva ran after him. Then his wife pacified Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva let him go. Then he went to Lord Vishnu, where Lakshmi Devi was massaging the lotus feet of the Lord. And then he kicked him on the chest. And the Lord stood up and asked for forgiveness. My chest is so hard. How my chest hurt your lotus feet? Then he knew that, yes. Then they decided that, yes, he is a Supreme Lord. So, so now we will move on to verse 24. So we know that the Lord is present everywhere. So I will read the verse 24. Vishesastasya deho ayam sthavisthascha satya viyasam yatredam vyajayate vishvam bhutam bhavyam bhavakchasat. This gigantic manifestation of the phenomenal material world as a whole is a personal body of the absolute truth, wherein the universal resultant past, present, and future of the material time is experienced. So, as we know that the Lord is present everywhere, in each and every atom of the universe. So in this regard, Srila Prabhupada gave two examples. He said the first, the sun, although it is situated in one corner of the world, its energy soars everywhere. And second is of the fire. Suppose there is a dark room, and if we just light one candle in a corner, and that candle, that light is can lighten the whole room. So similarly, Sri Krishna, he is one, but his energy is everywhere. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, I think chapter 26, so it is stated that the earth is considered to be the Lord's belly, and the trees are the hair on his bodies, and the rivers are his veins, mountains are his bones, and this gigantic manifestation of the universe is only a part of his Virat body. So Prabhupada says in the purport that less intelligent man cannot conceive of the transcendental and all spiritual form of the Lord, but they are kind of astounded. They're surprised by his energy. So we know from the Mahabharata that Lord Krishna, when he went to the Duryodhana palace, to the Kauravas, as a peace messenger, because the Pandava didn't want a war to take place. And so he went. They sent him as a messenger there. So he went there. And there, Duryodhana, he ordered his guards. He said, arrest this cowherd boy. But Lord Shri Krishna showed a little bit of his Virat Roop. He didn't show a whole, only a little bit. And what happened? The glare was so effulgent that nobody was able to see him. Only Bhishma Dev, because he was a pure devotee of the Lord, he could see the body of the Lord, partial in the form of the Virat Rupa. So on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Lord Shri Krishna showed the Virat Rupa, but he gave Arjuna the divine vision, because without that divine vision, he would not be able to see. But despite Arjuna was the intimate friend of Lord Krishna, he could not see. He had to have that divine vision. And then another person who saw the Virat Rupa also is Sanjaya. Sanjaya, who was a great devotee of the Lord, he could see the Virat Rupa shown to Arjuna on the battlefield. So Sanjaya, who was a personal secretary of Dhritarashtra, as we know, and he was sitting in the palace with Dhritarashtra, but he could see everything that was going on the battlefield. And he was awarded the divine vision by Vyasadeva. And so that because the king was blind, he could not go on the battlefield. So just to tell him what was happening, to narrate everything, so he was given this divine vision. So then this Virat Rupa also was shown to Mother Yashoda. If you see the picture there, Mother Yashoda, So Krishna had eaten some dirt, as we know, and his friends and Balaram, they went and complained to Mother Yasoda. And Mother Yasoda asked Krishna to open his mouth. So Krishna was thinking, Mother, why are you getting tired? Why are you asking me to open my mouth? So let me show you that the whole world is in my mouth. And so he opened his mouth, and Mother Yasoda got so bewildered. She got like confused, and she was astonished. What is this in my little baby's mouth? So there are other instances where the Virat Roop is shown differently. So, for example, when we know when Vamana Deva appeared, he was a dwarf, and as soon as he was born, like he became like 5 years old, and then he was awarded all the paraphernalia, and then he went to Bali Maharaj in the kingdom of Bali Maharaj, where in his palace where the Bali Maharaj were doing the yajna. So he went to beg there. So, and with his as a small dwarf, he expanded himself and covered the whole planet with one foot. With the other, he pierced the Karanodaka ocean from where the water came down, washing his lotus feet, and the same water was captured by Lord Brahma in his Kamandalu and in the form of Mother Ganga. So that is another form of his Virat Roop also. But we don't talk too much about it, but it is there. Now we see Varahadev. Now see, Mother Earth is like a little ball on his tusk. Varahadev, he came out of the nostril of Lord Brahma, tiny little ball. And then within seconds, he expanded himself so huge that he touched the ether, the sky. So here also, and we know that we know that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, he showed his Virat Roop. He showed to Advaita Acharya, and he showed to his close associates. So why some people cannot connect with the Lord? Sometimes we see big slogans, and people are telling to save the earth, save the water, save the forest, save the universe. People talk about carbon emission, about global warming, and all these things. All these activities are very nice, but then people don't understand that all these that they are part of the Lord's body. If they understand the Virat Roop, if they understand who is Krishna, then they will know that all of these, they are parts of the Lord's body. So they are in the mode of passion, and they do good things, yes, but they fail to understand that all these are the Lord's energy. So what happened then for them? They may get good credit, pious credit, because they're doing good things. And they may even go to Swargaloka. But the problem is that they will have to come back to this material world after their pious credit are exhausted, because they only want to exploit the resources just to enjoy, just for sense gratification. So Lord Shri Krishna said, Bhagavad Gita 9.21, Etam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam shine punye mrityalokam vishanti evam trai dharmam anuprapanna gajatagatam kama kama labhante. So when they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly sense pleasure and the results of their pious activities are exhausted, they return to this mortal planet again. Thus, those who seek sense enjoyment by adhering to the principles of the free Vedas achieve only repeated birth and death. That is what Lord Shri Krishna says. So we should always thank the Lord. Every minute, every second, we should thank the Lord. Why? Because we think that we're breathing. But just imagine if we had to count our breath, if we control our breath. Say we had to control our breath. So what would happen? What would happen if we had to, what would happen when we are sleeping? Who would be doing that for us? And then the Lord is so merciful that he even bring the air to our nostrils. And just imagine if we had to have a meter reader in our nose, what would have happened? How much we would be breathing, how much we would be thinking before breathing, because we are already overwhelmed with all these bills, gas, electricity, water, internet, and so on and so forth. So what would we do? How much would we control our breath? But the Lord, He is so, so merciful. He brings it to our nose and He controls it as well. We don't have to, at night, don't sleep and control our breath. He does that also. But what happened is, because we take it for granted, we have it, we are getting it, so we don't think about it. Nobody think about it. But yes, the Lord is very, very merciful. We should be very thankful. So now let's go to our text 25 here. Anda koshe sarirasmin sapta varana samyute veraja purusho yosau bhagavan dharanasrayaha. The gigantic universal form of the personality of Godhead within the body of the universal cell, which is covered by sevenfold material elements, is a subject for the Virat conception. Now you're getting into more and more technical, because this Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, is very technical. We need to read it again and again to understand. I even know one Prabhuji in a class, he was saying, I skip canto 2. I don't, because I couldn't understand. But at the beginning, I felt the same. Then slowly, following in classes, listening to classes and reading again and again, I started understanding little bit of what it really is. We may just read like this, yes, it is saying this, but if we go deep, if we want to understand deep, we have to read many times. So here we are talking about the creation of the universe. So as I stated before, the Lord can expand Himself and also retract Himself. There is no restriction for Him. So it doesn't matter how many incarnations He takes, His full potency never diminishes. Srila Prabhupada also, he writes in his purport, although innumerable complete forms emanate from Him, He is still complete without any loss. That is, Srila Prabhupada said that. He also gives the analogy of a candle. That is an analogy that I think many people know. We hear it often. So from the first candle, which is lighted, and we light so many other candles, but the flame doesn't diminish, and the initial candles, He remained the superior one. So the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam confirms the fact that the original supreme personality of Godhead, which is, let me see here, which is this verse, it confirmed this. Eti cham sakala punsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Bridayanti Yuge Yuge. All of the above mentioned incarnations, so there are many incarnations mentioned there, and either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. But Lord Shri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on planets whenever there is a disturbance created by the atheist. The Lord incarnates to protect the theist. So that is what Krishna is telling here, just to prove whatever we have just read. So Srila Prabhupada also says that no one can understand the nature of this universe because it is so massive, it is so huge, so vast, and nobody can accumulate enough knowledge to understand this the creation. It is really, really intriguing when we start reading about it, when we go a bit that deep down. So here in the Srimad Bhagavatam give information of how we can understand this universe, which is called the manifestation of the energy. So Srimad Bhagavatam, if we read it properly beginning from the canto 1, not just jump into whatever canto we want to read, then we will get the proper understanding, the proper knowledge, because it's a Lord Himself who is talking, who is in the books. So, and it is the energy and the covering. So what is all this? So Srila Prabhupada explained his purport that there are hundreds and thousands of universes which are each covered by sevenfold material coverings. So all these universes come from the breathing of Mahavishnu, who is a partial incarnation of Lord Shri Krishna. Mahavishnu lies in the causal ocean. So the sevenfold, what are the sevenfolds? They are water, fire, air, ether, ego, which Prabhupada has a noumenon, and Mahatattva, and which is material nature, which, no, Mahatattva is also called Pradhana. Mahatattva is Pradhana, noumenon is Mahatattva. So there are beautiful explanation of the creation and universes. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, chapter 36. There we see that Kapildev Muni, he is explaining to his mother, Devahuti, about all these creations. That is also very interesting to read. So the 7 layers which I just mentioned, they increase in thickness on one after the other. So just a little explanation. I'm not good at maths or anything. So here, each layer is 10 times thicker than the previous one. And the final layer is covered by Pradhan, which is material nature. And there is a universal form of the Lord, of whose bodies the 14 planetary system are part. So we we have the universe first, right? It is 4 billion miles from one side to the other. 4 billion. Then the outer, that is another covering of water. So now if we take 4 billion times 10, it is 40 billion. Thicker than the first part. Now we take that 40 billion miles, we time it by 10 for the air. And then again, we time the other one by 10 for the fire, and then for ether, and then for ego, and then for Mahatattva. Now, we cannot imagine. It's so vast, inconceivable. We cannot imagine how big it is. And then the ego and Mahatattva, then the Pradhan is there. So each one of these layers are 10 times bigger than the previous one. It is inconceivable. Srila Prabhupada goes on to say that this description is of only one egg-like universe. It's not all. And that there are innumerable universes beside this one. So, and some of them are many, many times bigger than the other. Some people may think that, yeah, they can understand all the mysteries of the universe by their tiny brain. But we cannot. It is simply impossible. It is inconceivable. We cannot imagine how much there are and how big they are. So there is a pastime in this connection to the gigantic universes. And I'm sure that also many devotees know about that pastime. So once, what happened is Lord Brahma, he went to visit Lord Krishna. So he reached there, and what happened is the doorkeeper stopped him, and he told the doorkeeper, go and tell the Lord Krishna that I'm here. I have come here, so I have come to visit. So Lord Krishna, the doorkeeper, he went and he told Lord Krishna that Lord Brahma is here to visit. So Lord Krishna said, go and ask which Brahma and what is his name. The doorkeeper went back and asked, Lord Krishna is asking which Brahma and what is your name? Brahma get confused. He said, what does he mean? Go and tell him the 4-headed Brahma who is a father of the 4 Kumaras. And so he went back and he told Krishna. So Krishna said, okay, bring him in. And Lord Brahma went in. Lord Brahma paid obeisances, Lord Krishna reciprocated, and they spoke a little bit. And then Lord Krishna asked, what is the purpose of your visit? Then Lord Brahma said, I will tell you all that, but first I have a doubt. Please clear my doubt. Then Lord Krishna said, okay, what is your doubt? He said, why did you tell the doorkeeper to ask which Brahma and what's my name? And you know, who am I? Then Lord Krishna, and he asked, is there any more Brahmas apart from me? Then Lord Krishna says, just within a second, he created, like he called millions and millions of Brahmas. Some is 10 heads, some is 100, and some is 1,000, some is million, 10 million heads. And Brahma was like shocked seeing all these Brahmas. And also he was thinking, I always saw that I am the only Brahma with so many. And then also many Shivas came with many heads, and Indras also, many Indras. Lord Krishna, I make sure that all of them are in front of because Lord Brahma was a little puffed up. He just wanted to, you cannot have this ego. So yeah. So here we see what happens. It is just to show how many universes are there, how big they are, because how many Brahmas are there also. In each universe, they have their own Brahma. So here we see then Lord Brahma, he glorified Lord Krishna in the Brahma Samhita. Yaha karanar navala jale bhajati sma yoga nidram ananta jagatanda saroma kupaha adhara saktim avalambya param swamurtim govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, who, assuming his own great subjective form, who bears the name of Shesha, replete with all accommodating potency and reposing in the causal ocean with the infinity of the world in the pose of his hair, enjoy creative sleep, yoga nidra. So that is a Brahma Samhita where Lord Brahma, he glorifies Lord Krishna. So now, as inconceivable as it seemed to us, it may be the same, for an ant. If somebody goes and tell an ant that we human being, we can live up to 100 years, and that we can travel by cars at a speed of 100 miles per hour, and then long distances, or we can travel by plane 10, 12 hours very comfortably, and we're still alive. So the ant will think, okay, maybe you are God, maybe you are very good personality, maybe you are immortals, because the span of life of an ant is 2 days, 3 days, 7 days at the maximum. But who are we? We are just like ordinary human being in human body. And so the demigods are like that. They live in higher planetary system, and they have superior bodies, and the Lord is a supreme. They cannot equate the Lord, and we cannot equate the demigod. So they are higher. So even the demigod and Brahma dies, but for Lord Krishna, there is no end. And he appears and he disappears at his own will. So we see second chapter only, this is only the universal form that is being spoken. And if we want to understand the whole Srimad Bhagavatam, we have to read. First, we have to know about the creation. We have to understand the creation. It is very necessary. It is important to motivate ourselves to move forward. First, by reading the universe. What is it? Try to understand a little bit the energies of the Lord, the creation, the Virat Rup. That is very, very important. And also, there are 5 reasons why we should motivate ourselves. First reason is because number 1 is that Srimad Bhagavatam it is mostly for the conditioned souls. And the topics also, they are at the level of the conditioned souls. And then number 2, not everyone is qualified for pure devotional service. if somebody starts reading the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, slowly, that person may get the desire to serve the Lord, may get the desire to come nearer to the Lord, may get the desire to know more about the Lord. And then number 3 is the 10 topics discussed so that we can get a more scientific understanding of the absolute truth. And then number 4, it leads to purification. When we're reading, we're listening, even if we listen for a little while, even we are miles away, even we are in another world, but if we listen, that will for sure purify ourselves. And then number 5, it is a prerequisite to help us understand the topics. That's why we have to motivate ourselves and we go slowly further. So as far as the mind is concerned, the mind, due to Rajas and Tamas, it has different impressions of previous lives. So it wanders around, but everywhere. We may be here, we may be talking here. Mind is on the beach, mind is in another country, India or wherever. But we need to bring it back. We need to gently bring it back and focus on the form of the Lord. Now, if we don't read all these sastras, if we don't connect with the Lord, we don't connect with the devotees, we will not have that perception of the Lord. How is the Lord? If somebody has never read the Bhagavatam or the Bhagavad Gita or not associated with, how would they focus on it? They have on Him. They have to have a clear vision of the Lord. That's how then we can all focus on the Lord. So also, as devotees now, we have we are very happy with the free banded form of our Shyamsundar. We don't need to focus on the Virat Roop or meditate on the Virat Roop. And here also, I would like to wrap up with a very beautiful verse from Canto 8, chapter 3, verse 2. And I will tell why. Shri Gajendra Vacha Om Namo Bhagavate Tasmai Yata Eta Chitatmakam Purushaya Dhibijaya Parishaya Bhidimahi. The king of the elephants, Gajendra, said, I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Person, Vasudeva. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Because of him, this material body acts due to the presence of spirit, and he is therefore the root cause of everyone. He is worshipable for such exalted persons as Brahma and Shiva, and he has entered the heart of every living being. Let me meditate upon him. So, if an elephant can remember and pray to the Lord, what to speak of those who have taken up this Krishna conscious process. And also Prabhupada used to say one thing. I'm sure, again, everybody knows about it. He used to say, just give me this one life, to the devotees. Just give me this one life. Why? Why would he ask just for this one life? Because we are not sure to get another human body again. Gajendra, he was King Indradyumna, to get the body of an elephant. So we are not sure to get another human body. That's why Prabhupada said, if you give me this one life, one lifetime, this lifetime, we were sure to go with him. And he always said that. He said, just hold on to my dhoti. I have got the back door key to the Vaikuntha Loka. So if we are serious, we should take to it because we are not sure to get another human body again. So thank you, dear devotees. I'll stop here. Vanchakalpadarubhyascha kripa sindhu bhavaivacha patitanam pavinebhyo vaishnavebhyo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
everyone.
Very nice class, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. No
Very nice
questions,
class,
no comments?
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
No question, no comments?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for a brilliant class, Mataji. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you for the nice class.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Very nice
Hare
class.
Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Bol.